Okay, welcome everyone. How you doing? Today is November 3rd, Election Day. Of course, we voted here about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Anyway, here's what's going on here. As you recall, obviously from, or hopefully from previous videos, we got this thing together and was experiencing some problems with it moving from a standing stop to movement to rolling, and I think we kind of got to the bottom of that. Most of it was a timing issue due to the electronic ignition that I put in it. Multiple spark discharge was confusing the timing light. I'm told, because I put a points distributor in it, and almost all the problem went away. It still is. It still needs gears. It's got a 308 rear end in it, which is a bit high with this size car and this size motor. These things came with a 350 or something like that. Yeah, 355 I think is the GM number. They came with a 355 rear end with a stick shift. So that's what we're doing here. We, in the process of doing this, we're going to change the rear end that was in it and put this. This is a 350. It's a 9-inch Ford 350. Today what I'm doing is the brake lines. Figured I'd do the brake lines while I can do it here instead of hanging up there in the car. And then obviously it needs to get painted. I was going to have it powder coated. And we decided, mostly Scott's initiative, that we should get it here bare because we might have to do some modifications on it. And sure enough, you noticed he was here yesterday and he did that. They had tube tabs welded on it for the brake lines that were nowhere for this particular application. So I should say, cut those off yesterday and smoothed everything out and welded the tab. There was a tab on the existing rear end that we took off and modified a tiny bit and put it right where you see it there. So just finished making that brake line. Now I have to do the other one. And I made sure that I monitored the dimensions where it was coming out of the wheel cylinder and the angles, and so hopefully doing that on this side should be a piece of cake. Coming over the center section will be something else. We'll have to figure that out as we go, because that's one off. But anyway, that's where we are here. I made this to do the exchange on the rear ends. You see those plywood pieces have holes drilled in them that match the studs in the axles, the wheel studs in the axles. So what I will do is lower the car. I'll fasten that to the existing rear end, and like I say, carefully lower it down. You notice there's wheels under this thing. This is the pallet that the new rear end came on. It was almost 2 feet longer than that. I shortened it. I had the casters, put the casters on it, built the legs for it. So you notice this side's bolted on, the little plywood, because what I'll do is I'll fasten the other side to the brake drum. Let's see, whatever side I start with, I'll fasten that side to the brake drum, and then take this side off so that I can move this end in place and put it back together on the rear end, around the rear end. And then, like I said, in that case, what I'm going to do is take the shackles off of the back of the springs so I can lower the springs, raise the car, and the rear end will be on this fixture. So I'll bring it over here, put it on those dollies, lift this one up, put it in the middle of the fixture, and go back over to the car and install it just the back, reverse of what I did to getting the old one out. Obviously putting it on the fixture, I'll do that to paint it too. I'll stick it up there, I'll cover the brakes, and I'll paint the rear end before I put it in the car. So anyway, that's what's going on here right now. I'll make this other side. Maybe I'll show you that when I'm done. If not, my grandson's coming over tomorrow to help me do the R&R on this thing. At least he's going to help me for tomorrow, I think, to remove the old one. So, you know, get the drive shaft out. Take the shocks off. You know, undo the U-bolts. Like I said, put the fixture up here, do all that stuff. Anyway, I brought you notice the center of the exhaust is missing again. I brought that down to the powder coating place. They're going to put a new coat of the HPC, the high heat coating on it, because the coating that was on that piece was coming off. There was something wrong with the material, he tells me. Brought that back down there. Yesterday we put a air-fuel ratio bung in that section so we can dial in the carburetor scientifically, you know, no guessing. So like I say, we're going to use it as a tool. I'm not going to leave the gauge installed in the car. We're going to use it as a tool so I can determine the proper jetting and metering rods and all that stuff on the carburetor, you know, scientifically using the meter. Hopefully that'll work, because right now we're just guessing. It still smells, and it may smell when it's running properly. I think the cam has a lot to do with that, but we'll see where that takes us. Anyway, later. Well, there you have it. There's the brake line, or lines, whatever you want to call them. 1, 2, 3. So, like I said, I can take this off now and paint it, and when I'm good to put the brake lines on, I'm not drilling and whatever, all the rest of that stuff. So anyway, there you go. So run the hose from the brake line on the chassis into that T, and we're all set. There you go. Bye. Hello there. It is, what is it? Thursday the 5th, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Thursday the 5th of November. So far everything's going according to plan. We're right now in the middle of taking the existing rear end off of the fixture. Yesterday we got that rear end out of the car with one minor setback, and that was I had it all ready to remove. The springs were, as you see them now, unhooked. The rear end was supported by the fixture. I raised the car, started to back the rear end out, and realized I had forgotten to disconnect the parking brake cables. And at that point, the drums were on the rear end. The rear end was supported by the fixture, and the legs of the fixture were on the outside of the drum, so I couldn't remove the drums to get the parking brake cables undone without temporarily supporting the rear end on each side to remove the leg from the fixture to get the drum off, you know, like 3 steps back to go 1 step forward because of one minor oversight. Anyway, got it done last night. Rolled the cart over here where you see it now. Sorry about the light. I'm pointing it right at the light so you know what it's going to do. And right now we're about to remove it off the fixture. It's already hanging on the fixture. I've got one leg loose already. All right, so here goes. It's off the fixture, hanging on the cherry picker. That green piece there is the bridle we use for doing motors. I've taken the chains off, so it spreads the chokers out a little further. Makes it a little easier, I think. Anyway, there it is. I got to put it down on on a dolly. I got one dolly here. I need one more dolly that I don't have. So I'm going to put half of it on that dolly and the other half on something temporary until I get the new rear end, which is over here on the other two dollies, hanging on the fixture, which will free up those dollies, and I'll use the, then I'll put the second one I need under the older end. Anyway, here goes the rest. Well, there it is. It's up there ready for me to paint. And also ready to get reinstalled. It'll go in under the springs just like the other one came out. There's the other one. So we reversed the situation. We put this one on the fixture, took that one off the fixture, put it on the dollies. So, ready to move on. Like I said, the next thing now is to get this ready for paint. And paint it up, and then I can go hang it in there. So, more later. Have a good weekend, you guys. Okay, welcome. Welcome back to the Blue Heinz Garage. It is Sunday, November 8th. And here's another update. So, we're working on removing and replacing the rear end. There's the old one sitting over there on the floor. Got it transferred over to the dolly and off the fixture, and the new one is on the fixture. Which way do I want to go here? The new one's on the fixture and it's all ready for paint. I just need to wipe it down. Spent half a day yesterday getting this it's all scuffed to give the paint something to bite into. Like the fasteners, so I tape them so they'll show when they're done instead of being painted. So anyway, this is ready. You see the garage all covered up, and the car is covered up adequately. I think I didn't try and cover the bottom because I don't think I think the overspray is going to more or less go down. I don't think it'll be that thick where it's going to affect the bottom side of the car. But everything, I moved the hood over there, covered almost all of the floor, covered the back side of the door. I'm going to spray it right where you see it, I think, with a spray gun, not with spray cans. This time, I don't remember if they were out of the. No, this time I bought the bulk paint instead of the spray cans. And there's the brake lines. I'm going to clear coat those. All the rest of them got clear coated before they got put on too. So tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow I have to play handyman / landlord. I've got 7 blinds, mini blinds that need to get hung in one of the units. So I have to do that. They finally showed up. They delayed manufacture. With this COVID thing, everything is slower. They delayed the manufacture at least a month. Fortunately / unfortunately, the unit hasn't rented yet, so I can go install the blinds before it becomes an issue. I have a new range ordered for that same unit, and that got delayed too. In fact, the third time I called and asked what was going on, when was it going to ship, when were they going to get it, they were supposed to get it, and I never heard anything. And they called the manufacturer, and the manufacturer says, well, they won't be making those until the end of December. So it's like, well, we'll pick something else, and it's on its way. I'm expecting that anytime. Tracking is kind of the shits on that. It's only saying it's in transit, but that should be here anytime also. Anyway, here we go. I'll show you what it looks like once it's painted. Thanks for watching. Bye. Welcome to Blue Heinz Garage. Today is Saturday, the 21st of November. I think I'm going to cap this video with this little segment. This is what's going on here now. Been busy the last week or two with all kinds of odds and ends stuff, including this. Right now, well, you can see here, the new rear end that's going to go under this car is mounted on this fixture. I think I may have done a video of that earlier. That's going to get included here, a segment that's going to get included here. It's all painted. I uncovered all the stuff that was taped. You see the fasteners and the drums, the brakes, and all that stuff. And what's going on here now, this looks kind of odd probably if you're familiar with these videos, you're used to watching stuff from around here. What's going on here now is I'm waiting for help. I have help scheduled Monday to help me put the differential back under the car. In the meantime, the paint's curing, so it's not going to get damaged by handling. And I'm waiting for the exhaust piece that's getting recoated. Also, I'm supposed to check on that Monday. So in the interim, I'm spending some time cleaning this long overdue floor. I spent probably 2 days already on the center section. You notice the edge looks a whole lot different. The last 5 feet on the side looks a whole lot different than the center part. Like I said, I spent probably 2 days cleaning the middle. You can notice over there too, where I stopped. There's what do they call those lines? They put the lines in the floor to control the cracking. Those lines are, so what I've done is use those kind of as edges. There's one right there. So what I've done is the center, because that was the easiest part to do. And then now I'm moving everything from the sides, one side at a time, into the middle so I can do the sides. You see how nasty it got here with all the spraying, the overspray dust. And the cleaning, some of this is probably from cleaning the bottom of the car, because you do that with a wire brush and it makes it into a powder, and then the air from the drill motor that you're using or whatever your tool, throws it everywhere. It is everywhere. It's up on the loft, it was on the floor, it's on all the tools and the benches. So anyway, that's what's going on here now. You see I got everything stored here in the middle, so I can do this side this afternoon hopefully, and follow up. Then tomorrow I'll put everything back on this side and do the same on the hard side over there. Anyway, I think this will end this video. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Next week, be safe. And we'll see you when there's more to show you. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.